All right, welcome back. So in this video, we want to explain what a pip is. Now, pip is very, very simple. I don't need to complicate it at all, at all. All right. So a pip here, I said, is a pip, which stands for what? Percentage in points. That's the meaning of pip. It is a standardized unit of measurement in the exchange rate of a currency pair in forex trading. And let me just give you what this thing means. You know that if if you go to the market, you say you want to buy garri or rice, you see that what is being used to measure that rice? They use cup, isn't it? Yes. A cup is an instrument of measurement for a market woman. What about a carpenter? What is he measuring to? He uses tape to measure, isn't it? Yes. Also, if you look at the student uses ruler to make measurements. So the same thing happens to as a laboratories or be a laboratory scientist. Discover that you can use beakers to so make your own measurement. Now in forest trading, what do we use to measure? We use what? Pip. So in a short form, pip is what forest traders use to measure how far price has gone. Just the way now we are seeing, take for example, dollar is rising or say dollar is falling. To what extent is it falling? So how do we measure that? Okay, from between let's say somebody say dollar has been rising since last week. You may ask the person how many pips did the dollar move. So the person tell you that okay, the market makes 100 pips or 200 pips. You now say okay, you can now begin to determine that okay, this is how far. Without looking at the chart, though, you can be able to imagine how far price moved. You understand? Just like if somebody tells you now that I bought 10 cups of rice, you could imagine how many, like you could imagine that it's quite sufficient number of rice. So the same thing when a forex trader tells you that, oh, I caught 10 pips today, you know that maybe it's just a small move. Some professor tells you that I caught 100 pips. It's a massive move. You press the person, you understand? So that is just what pips is. So don't let that one confuse. It's just something we use to measure to know, okay, this is how far price has gone, either up or down in any direction at all. So now the question is, how do we now calculate it? How do you know that price went 1 pip or 2 pip or 10 pips or 100 pips? That's what we want to explain now. Okay. So now don't have to know that it varies from currency to currency. The way you calculate pips for currencies can be different from the way you calculate pips for gold and also for some type of currencies too. But the difference are not too much. I'll just show you. So they say here for most currency pairs, a pip typically is the smallest price move that can be observed in the exchange rate. The exception is pairs that involve the Japanese yen. So where a pip is the second decimal place. So what is second decimal place? That is two values. Decimal place is points. Okay. So two places after a point. Take for example, this is 0.01. This is two decimal places. So um let us look at a pair, for example. We have this pair of Euro USD. So we have this pair of Euro USD, for example. So this pair now, this is the price at which it was before. Then it now moved from 1.1200, now increased to what? 1.1201. So how many pips did it move? It moved what? 1 pip. That is called 1 pip. How did you know it is 1 pip? Because any other pair apart from the one that has Japanese yen, you start counting the pair from the fourth decimal place, okay, after the point. So if the decimal place is, like I said, is the point, abi, so you now count how many digits? 4 digits. One, two, three, four. So anything that is increasing here is the port, is where the pip starts counting. So you can see that here now it moved from 1.1200 to what? 1.1201. So that is what? 1 pip. So if it also increase now from 1200 to 1202, that is how many pips? 2 pips. If it also increases by 1210, that is what? 10 pips. If it increases by 123, that is what, like if it increases by 1.13 something, that is what? Over 100 pips. Now if the change is happening here, maybe 1.12, maybe 1.2 something, you know that you've gotten almost what? 1000 pips. Hope that one is clear. Now look at another example. The Euro USD pair now moves from 1.1200 to 1.1205. So we now count it from this point, the decimal place. This one is 5. The difference between 5 and 0 is what? 5. Okay. So say that the market has moved how many pips? 5 pips. Now for gold is a little bit different. Now you start counting gold pip from the third decimal, from the third digit after the decimal point. Now if that is, you look at where is, sorry, not the third, the first digit after the decimal. So where's my cursor? So after this decimal now, immediately the next number immediately after it is where the one people start counting. Okay. So once this number here changes, you begin to count it. Okay, how many did it change? Is it by one or by two? We determine the pip for gold. So if this price of gold now moves from $2,800, like $2,800.00 now to 2,800.10, in mathematics we don't call this thing point 10, we call it 0.10. So you can say it has moved how many pips? One pip. So that is a one pip move. So long as it's moving one after here, it is called what? One pip. This second one here is called a fraction of a pip or a pipette. Right? So but we don't usually regard that one. Look at another example. If the gold, okay, moves from 2.800.01 to 2801.0, that is a what? 10 pip. So if one pip, you start counting one pip from after the decimal point, that means 10 pip will now be what? Before one decimal before, sorry, one digit before the decimal point. And then if you have to count 100 pips, that will be this one. If you start changing here, that means you've already started getting what? 1,000 pips. Okay, so that is how this one is. So if it is Japanese yen, I didn't give example of that one. So if it is a Japanese yen, yen, you start counting the pips from two digits after the point. Two digits after the point. That is how you count for Japanese yen. So I hope this one is clear. Like Japanese yen is like maybe USD JPY, Euro JPY, GBP JPY. You understand? And those are Japanese yen. So if you see their pair, they after the decimal point, you see only most times only three figures. So you start counting it from the second. Assuming this is a maybe Euro JPY now. So one pip now will be 1.120 to what? 1.130. That will be what? One pip, because you start counting the pip from the second digit after the decimal point. So I hope you guys got this one very clearly. So if you don't understand it, please just go back one more time. I promise you, you're going to grab this concept. Okay.